Hi there, so welcome back to Let's Use the C Word. I thought I'd give you a quick update. So I am now at the end of the first week of my treatment, so it's the weekend. Had my first full week back at work, which has been fantastic. And I thought I'd give you a little bit of an update. What was interesting, so last night some friends of ours were heading out for a pub evening meal, invited us, and I felt actually pretty good after the day's work, so we went along and joined them. So I was out, and it was fantastic. We had a lovely meal in the garden, and it was just really nice. Again, as I've said a couple of times before, just to do something normal. I did actually fall asleep on the car on the way home, but at least I managed the meal in the evening. So it was really nice. But I wanted to actually talk to you about a theme, which is basically food. And I thought it might be quite interesting for people to understand some of the things that happen with regards to the treatment, and some of also the psychological aspect of it. So I've always been a foodie. As a family, we love food. Food is a big part of our social life and what we do. Amy's a phenomenal cook. And so I've always been, a food fan. So when I started to get the early symptoms of the cancer, it kind of, I guess, in a way, sort of knocked my confidence. Some of the things that happened were me actually being physically sick. I think I mentioned before, only kind of the third to fifth mouthful of an evening meal, very specific. But actually, it obviously knocked a little bit of my confidence around how I felt about food, my confidence about eating generally. It wasn't a problem, but it was there and it was in the back of my mind. The other aspect of it was when the cancer was obviously diagnosed, the oncologist said to me, please avoid white bread and steak, effectively. Now, the reason behind those two things is, as you can imagine, they are quite dense and they're quite difficult to digest. And if you think about what my cancer is, it's a blockage at the bottom of my esophagus. So naturally what can happen, and actually the instances where I was sick was because something was stuck and I just needed to remove what was stuck. So white bread can obviously create like a very doughy texture, and there is a risk that you could end up with an emergency procedure, because if it gets blocked, it can actually get properly blocked. Hence the advice, whilst this is going on, for me not to eat white bread and steak and similar kind of textured food. So that's all fine. And the nutritionist has offered me loads and loads of advice about bits and pieces. One of the wonderful things about what the nutritionist has said to me is it's really important for me to maintain basically be as normal as I possibly can in terms of my nutrients and also my exercise and my fitness, because it's important for me to do that, so that when the surgery arrives, I'm in kind of as best possible fitness as I possibly can be in order to recover as quickly as possible. So, interestingly, the chemotherapy, because of what it's doing, and it's getting my body to do lots of things that it wasn't, so all my doozers are going like bonkers at the moment. They're hitting what they should do, but obviously within my body and my white blood cells, they're also trying to fight something, because this is effectively poison in your body, and the body's going, actually, we've got to do something about this. Now, the outcome of that is I'm hungry very quickly and quite a lot of the time. And weirdly, it's like I hit a wall. So what happens is I will feel actually a little bit nauseous, a little bit unwell. And I haven't to date taken a tablet, because I've been given lots of tablets should that happen. But what I've found is if I have something to eat, and it can be as simple as a chocolate biscuit, in fact it usually is a chocolate biscuit, it actually subsides the feeling of nausea and I feel actually fine. So, but what happens is at the point where that happens, it's like somebody switched a switch. I am feeling like that instantly. So I do have to respond, and I have to eat relatively quickly in order to counteract that feeling. But the nutritionist is brilliant, because she said this is the one time in your life where you can eat all the stuff that normally would be on the no-no list. So if you want a chocolate biscuit, have a chocolate biscuit. If you want a cake, have a cake. So what I'm doing is I'm having breakfast, and actually for me that's slightly unusual because I'm not a big breakfast person. But the nutritionist highlighted the importance of breakfast as part of just keeping yourself as well as possible. So I'm having breakfast. I'm then hitting the time where I need a mid-morning snack, so I'll have and I have to say I am doing the biscuit thing. Then we're having lunch. I'll have a mid-afternoon snack, and then I'll have a full dinner. And the other aspect of this is, as I said at the beginning, I've always loved food. As a family, we've always loved food, and we enjoy good food. But I am enjoying food on a scale like I've never had before. So you know that sensation, and I'll use a steak as an example because I do like steak, is when you bite into a really, really good steak, and it's that, and you can feel all the flavours, and you're just like, oh, that is good. I'm like that with near as damn it every meal that I'm having, and it's wonderful, and I'm absolutely loving the whole experience. In a way, I wonder if, because I'm now under the treatment, if I've kind of got that confidence back again. So some of that uncertainty around eating, I think, has disappeared. It certainly feels like it's disappeared. But I thought I'd share with you because I think it's quite fascinating that I've suddenly got like almost an enhanced relationship with food, and I'm going with it because I do know that there is a possibility that as the treatment continues, chemo can play a little bit of havoc with your taste buds, and put you off certain things. But I have to say, today, it's not the case. I'm feeling really good. It's absolutely boiling, so I'm actually going to get out the sun in a minute because, again, your skin gets a bit sensitive to sunshine during chemotherapy as well. But I just thought I'd give you that little snapshot because we were talking about it in the week. I'm enjoying the fact that it's happening, and I just thought it might make you smile. Anyway, enjoy the weekend. I'll keep you in the loop as to what's happening. My next bout of treatment is on Thursday. I'll speak before, obviously, but enjoy this wonderful weather while it's here. Thank you. Bye.